You're looking at the F-16, an absolute legend of the skies that has dominated for nearly half a century. But you know what's truly insane about its engineering isn't just speed or power. No, this icon was born from a crisis.
So let's go back to the Vietnam War. The United States was flying the F-4 Phantom. Now, on paper, this thing was a beast. It was fast, complex, and absolutely loaded with missiles. But in the air, it was getting totally outclassed by the Soviet-made MiG-21. And the MiG was everything the Phantom wasn't. It was small, it was simple, and unbelievably nimble. It could dart in, attack, and use its incredible maneuverability to get away before the big, heavy F-4 even knew what hit it.
And the results? Well, they were just devastating. In just one 6-month window, the US lost 18 of its aircraft while only taking down 5 MiGs. Now, for a country that was used to owning the skies, this was a massive, shocking wake-up call. Something was fundamentally broken with their whole approach to air combat. The solution, believe it or not, didn't come from trying to build an even bigger, faster jet. It came from a completely radical new way of thinking. It was a new doctrine, based entirely on physics, and it was championed by this brilliant, kind of rebellious Air Force colonel named John Boyd. Boyd called this new idea energy maneuverability. His whole argument was that winning a dogfight wasn't really about having the highest top speed. No, it was about how well a pilot could manage the jet's total energy, that's its speed combined with its altitude, to turn and change direction way faster than the enemy. The winner, he said, would be the pilot who could bleed and regain that energy more efficiently. And here is the real-world result of that whole theory. An F-16, which was designed using Boyd's principles, could pull off a full 360-degree turn in just 25 seconds. The old F-4, it took 36 seconds. I mean, that 11-second difference is an absolute eternity when you've got an enemy on your 6. So how in the world did they achieve that incredible maneuverability? Well, the designers did something that sounds completely bonkers. They actually engineered the F-16 to be intentionally unstable. Okay, think of a traditional stable airplane like a ball sitting at the bottom of a valley. If you push it, it naturally wants to just roll right back to the center. It's safe, it's predictable, but it fights you every time you try to change direction quickly. It resists. The F-16, on the other hand, that's like a ball balanced perfectly right on top of a hill. The absolute slightest touch will send it rolling. It wants to change direction. And that inherent instability, that's the secret to its mind-blowing agility. But wait a minute, how do you actually control a jet that's actively trying to fly out of control? Well, you definitely can't use an old-school system like the F-4's, which was really just this heavy, clunky mess of cables and rods. The answer was a game-changing new technology, a digital fly-by-wire system. So basically, the pilot's commands don't directly control the plane anymore. Instead, they go straight to a flight computer. That computer is constantly reading data from sensors all over the jet, making thousands of calculations every single second to tell the control surfaces exactly what to do. It's what tames that unstable design, letting it fly smoothly, but with just lightning-fast responsiveness. This new way of thinking didn't just stop with the flight controls. Nope. The entire aircraft was redesigned from the inside out with one singular focus, integrating the pilot into the machine to squeeze out every last bit of performance under extreme stress. I just love this quote from test pilot David Kern because it perfectly captures what they achieved. The cockpit is so compact and so intuitive that pilots say it feels less like a vehicle you're operating and more like it's an extension of your own body. And 3 key innovations really made this happen. First, to help the pilot fight those crushing G-forces, they moved the control stick over to the side and they reclined the seat back 30 degrees to help keep blood from draining from the brain. And second, to make sure the pilot never ever lost sight of the enemy, they gave it that incredible bubble canopy, which gives you an unparalleled 360-degree view. The designers also learned another hard lesson from Vietnam. Missiles aren't everything. You know, early F-4s didn't even have an internal cannon, which left them totally defenseless up close. The F-16 fixed that, building a powerful 20mm M61 Vulcan cannon right into the fuselage from the very start. And since you're wearing the jet, the experience of firing that cannon is, well, it's intense. Just as David Kern describes it, the whole jet shakes violently. It's literally like someone fired up a chainsaw right next to your head, spewing out 100 rounds a second. So when you add all of this insane engineering together, The energy maneuverability theory, the unstable design, the fly-by-wire controls, and that pilot-centric cockpit, you created an aircraft with a truly incredible and lasting legacy.
Just think about it. The F-16 entered service way back in 1978, right at the height of the Cold War. Today, it's being deployed in the skies over Ukraine, and the U.S. Air Force plans to keep it flying until at least 2048. That's a planned service life of 70 years. I mean, what a powerful testament to just how revolutionary this design was from the very beginning.
So the F-16 was born from a crisis that forced a complete, total rethinking of what it meant to fight in the air. After decades of dominance, with decades still to come, it really makes you wonder, what kind of crisis will it take to spark the next revolution in fighter design?